Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve the Architect Ahlman. You had a new nickname. I forgot what it was. It was negative. We don't want to start with negative. It's a builder and tigger of things. Jomi the Explainer, Adeniran, you've got questions. He's got answers. Old Man Van, he of the resurgent hairline.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Hold
Wait,
on,
Van.
let me gently put my hat back on.
Got something, some leakage right here?
No.
I don't do that.
Leakage. It's not
That shit on so gingerly. He was like,
still fresh.
Gotta be soft. Gotta be soft.
Go, baby, Chuck, the 24-karat closer, a.k.a. the brunch hottie. The Midnight Collective is joining us today. Kerm is not here, but we got Aleya, SOB, Zenieris, Stand on Business, not SOB, the other SOB. And we got Arjuna, the Watcher, Ramgopal. Who else is in there, Aleya? Who else is in there?
Just us and then Sam.
Sam. Shout out to give it up for Sam.
Yeah.
Together we are known as the Midnight Boys. Follow us. Oh, we should let people know. It's new look.
New look, new studio.
we got kicked out of the other studio.
Kick this out.
Yeah.
It was like, find a new home.
You ever see that episode of that meme from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Oh,
where
yeah.
Will is standing there and it's over. That's basically what happened to us.
Yeah.
All the sets torn down.
We got kicked off that whole fucking
But
floor.
to be fair, I'm glad that we have more space now because that little table,
Little table was...
motherfuckers was
But we
punching around that
intimacy.
shit,
It was
bro.
He made some magic over that table, though,
question
man.
is this nerdy enough?
No.
You don't think
Pretty
so?
formal.
We got to hang some posters
we're
back
up,
here.
you know?
Now, what I'm saying, there's another shot because we could do Midnight Boys at the midnight desk of Midnight News.
Oh yeah.
We could do
inside the fandom.
inside the fandom. We could do that. We're gonna give you guys this shot, and then the next time we do it, we're gonna give you guys a different
I'll
shot.
dress up like Ernie.
And we're gonna do it. We're gonna see what y'all feel like us sitting around the table.
Yeah.
Because that might give us a different
If we
look.
do inside the midnight, we gotta come in like suits. We
Yeah.
gotta
Oh,
one
yeah.
day just.
Absolutely.
We'll race to the back of the
Yeah.
desk.
Yep.
Come on.
This is what happened in this scene. Blah 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 blah. Follow us
Rings,
on
Ernie.
socials: Insta, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Save Jomi's job, Jomi.
Socials are doing well. We got, you know that video of us talking about Gladiator 2 hit 1 million on the reels.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Did 1 million.
Talking about who?
Gladiator 2. So when he
We were
compared the
million on
chalk
reels?
test, did 1 million.
Actually, guys, I actually felt bad after that.
Nah.
I felt bad. People are too mean to Bronny.
That's
I
good.
felt
No,
bad.
well, here's the thing, though. People were in the comments, they weren't even thinking about Bronny. People were like, the movie's good. We love the movie. How dare you? The other people were like, this movie actually sucks. What's wrong with you? It was great. Whatever works for content,
That's
you
the
know?
right amount of
Gladiator 2 is a highly divisive film.
Extremely divisive.
I wouldn't have thought that it would have been that divisive. I didn't like it.
It's
But there are so many people that are calling me a heretic and it's witchcraft that I didn't
Yeah,
like.
because you
the
didn't
movie.
hold space for Gladiator 2.
That's true.
You,
I gotta
you
be better,
can't get
bro.
space for Wicked apparently.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, I tried to go see it. It's sold
Sold
out.
out.
Sold out?
And
If my black ass is not watching with you.
I'm going to see
You're
it.
not,
time.
you're not supporting Cynthia?
We're on
Hell
YouTube.
no. Well, Cynthia, do you? I didn't mean like that.
All right. All right. Okay, guys.
That's how you feel.
All right.
Guys.
You gotta hold space.
Hold space for Cynthia
For
Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo.
We're on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can watch every Midnight Boys and House of Art episodes on youtube.com/Ringerverse. Okay, look. On Tuesday, Ben is celebrating the PS1 30th anniversary
God damn.
Yeah.
on Bud Mash. What's your favorite PS1 game?
God. Maybe Crash Bandicoot 3.
That's a good one.
GTA.
I liked NBA. What about you? Before I get to me.
I did fuck with the first Crash Bandicoot.
I liked
Yeah.
NBA In the Zone.
Oh.
So
Wait,
it was
was
an
Blitz
NBA.
on?
It was an NBA licensed game,
Mm-hmm.
but it would have like crazy dunks on it. Like you could dunk from the free throw
Was this
line.
like a riff on NBA Jam?
You could go between your. It not really because it was supposed to be an NBA
Wow,
simulation
this looked
game,
clean.
but it's NBA In the Zone. We used to
Wow.
play it at the
Yeah.
crib.
I liked all the early games, Parappa the Rapper, Spyro,
Yeah, step
like,
on the gas.
All of that shit.
Final Fantasy. Oh, man. great.
On Tuesday and Wednesday, the House of R gives you deep dives on Dune Prophecy and Skeleton Crew. You guys, I've been watching Dune Prophecy. It is a good show.
All right.
You're not fucking with it? Have you seen it? Have you watched it?
Ben,
I'm asking.
No, do I look like I've watched it?
Then what? If you haven't watched the show, then how do you know it's not good,
I'm not
Charles?
doing it. I was like,
Charles,
my
wait,
thing wasn't, well, can I finish?
How do you know it's not good? You made a face.
Because every single time you do this thing where it was like, we'll be like, are we going to cover Doom Prophecy? And you're like, I don't give a fuck about Doom Prophecy. And then you come, he's like, guys, Doom Prophecy, pretty good show. And I'm like, come on, man.
No, this is the deal. We decided not to cover Doom Prophecy. And it was because I was uninterested in Doom Prophecy. But not just me. We made a decision collectively.
Yeah.
However, I watched Doom Prophecy, and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
When I say really good, I mean the first episode. Now, I will say, it's not like the Doom that we love.
Right.
Because it's a lot of...
So how far of a step down from Dune 2 would you say it is? Not quality-wise, just like in terms of like...
It's not even in the same way. It's... People have complained that they're Game of Thrones in it a little bit. And there's intrigue and spies. And Dune is this overarching story about, at least to me, about destiny and prophecy fulfillment and power struggle and all of that stuff. This is a much more intimate, intricate story about not just the Bene Gesserit, but about people trying to struggle for power, a weak emperor. It is kind of Game of Thrones-y a little bit in the way that they've gone about it, but like the narrative is very tight and really holds together. It's good.
So you'll watch Doom Prophecy, but not Arcane.
Yeah, I'm not doing Arcane.
Brother,
I
man.
really think you should.
Wait, so what? Wait, whoa. If let's say I give the pilot of Doom Prophecy a try, you ain't gonna give
I
pilot
watched
of
the
Arcane?
first Arcane. I watched a couple of Arcane.
You got to get past 3.
Back
You
in
got to
the
get
day.
to
past
episode 3.
Every time a nigga say that, I hate the show.
I'm sorry.
And people were like, you got to watch A Better Call Saul. And I was like, okay, I'm sure it's a good show.
I can't.
And they go, you got to give it the 2 seasons. I'm like, 2 seasons?
2 seasons, 3 episodes.
2 seasons, 3 episodes are a lot
It's
different.
90 minutes.
Nah, but Van does have a point. We got to stop doing that. I'm just like, either it's
Sure.
going to be interesting enough that I'm going to keep going.
No. Because, like,
Look, you guys, I'm getting it. I'm wrong about Arcane. Everyone loves Arcane. I'm just saying, I have no interest.
I get you.
But everyone loves Arcane. They say it's good.
yeah, some things take a little bit of time to mature. Think about it. Parks and Rec, we all enjoy Parks and Rec.
Never seen 1 second.
Oh my
You've
God.
never seen
He's
Parks
never
and
seen
Rec?
Arrested Development.
No.
Never seen Arrested Development?
No.
Oh my God.
All right.
Remember, I was at a different time in my life where I was deciding culturally who I was going to be. And so, like, in those situations.
What is that?
Have you seen Seinfeld?
Yeah, but that's different.
Oh,
See,
Seinfeld.
That's my wheelhouse.
Okay.
So, like, I was watching Seinfeld at the same time in my life that you guys were watching those shows.
Okay.
By the
I was
time-
also watching Seinfeld.
But by the time I got to that point in my life, it was Obama's America. I decided against it.
Those weren't your...
Those
Here's the thing. I do think, as
Those
a black
are my
person
white
with
people.
sitcoms, you
Those
have
are-
your... Like, New Girl, those are my whites.
are your whites.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't
Those
watch
weren't my
Friends.
whites, huh?
You didn't watch Friends.
I tried it, but they were too white. It's like
Yeah.
those aren't my
There
white
was no niggas
My
in
white
that show.
Yeah.
people, Seinfeld.
Shout out Issa Tyler.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all
My
they
white
had.
people are Curb.
Curb.
Those
Curb.
are my white people. Those are my whites. Those are you. You know what I did watch over the pandemic?
What?
Community.
My God.
I watched
These
Community.
streets ahead.
Community was
Let's
fun.
go.
Community's great.
Community's really
was
good.
Honestly, before we
Fantastic.
move on, Steve, who are your blacks?
Who are your blacks?
You watching Living Color?
I did watch Martin for a good long time.
Okay,
Oh!
Okay.
And Fresh Prince.
that doesn't count.
That doesn't
That
count.
doesn't count?
Nah.
The Fresh
Part
Prince
of it.
bridges the gap. Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
That's
Well,
everybody.
because I did watch, because when I was a kid, I watched Fresh Prince, and then at the same time, Martin was on.
Fresh
That's
Prince is Will Smith, and Fresh Prince is a black person that would be invited to the white cookout.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Martin, y'all might not have that nigga. He might be too much for y'all. But Will
Okay.
Smith
Well-
is he's invited to the white cookout. I'm not saying that
Is,
Fresh
is
Prince
it
wasn't
controversial to say Martin is the better show, even though Fresh
better than
Prince...
Fresh Prince? It's
Okay.
It's way funnier. Fresh Prince probably maybe has more pitches, but Martin is like
That's nuts.
ridiculously funny.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx show.
Yes. I was literally about to say the Jamie Foxx show.
Jamie Foxx. This is how I know you love black women. The Jamie Foxx show?
I loved the Jamie Foxx show.
Now, this is going to be a
That's
deep
funny.
cut. Not deep cut, but this is a show that was not very good, but I still would watch it. Did you watch the Steve Harvey show?
It's fun.
I remember it being on. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I was
a
on
single thing
UPN
from
all
it.
the time.
I remember it being on. It was
I
on
was
When
on
UPN.
somebody
UPN
told me
all
that
the
his afro
time.
was a lace front, I was like, God. I thought that shit was super
Rest in peace, Merlin Santana. On Friday,
Yeah.
Mid Edition is covering Creature Commandos and the Animation Awards. What's the Animation Awards, guys?
Let's just talk about the great animated things that came out this year.
Yeah.
What was some of the things that are at the top? Arcane,
Arcane, obviously, and it's basically a big fight for second place.
Hold on, Don Dan is there.
Don Dan is better than
Don,
Arcane.
Dandy.
We haven't. It's not. It's a lot of game left. Got to see how this season's finished.
I love Arcane, but come on.
No. Don to Don is going crazy, brother. I skip every single opening. I ain't got time for that. That one stays on. It's great.
I don't watch none of these shows. This is a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, man.
It's true.
You too busy watching fucking Game
Inside
of
Out
Thrones
2
YouTube
came out
shit.
this year. Moana
That's
2. Like, there's a lot of stuff we got to discuss. Get into it.
On today's show, we're talking three things actually. Episodes
There's the third.
1 and 2 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
That's right.
And we're asking a question. Did Shamik Moore crash out?
The crash out.
Crash out corner.
Can we have a crash out
We visit
corner?
crash out corner.
Did Shameik Moore crash out behind Hailee Steinfeld getting engaged, or are we being unfair?
Okay.
You guys, for everyone that's asking, is this nerd content? It definitely is.
Is our Miles and our Spider-Gwen.
Yeah,
Miles and
right.
Spider-Gwen. And did art imitate life?
Is Josh Allen Spider-Punk?
Is Josh Allen Spider-Punk? Is he Hobie? And look, we're not being mean because there's there's an actual question about whether or not this constitutes a crash out. We will define crash out, talk about other crash outs that are definitely crash outs, and then we will ask the question, did Shameik Moore crash out? We got to start with Skeleton Crew. We got to get into the plug. Spoiler warning for Skeleton Crew, Star Wars, all plucky content. Super plucky stuff. We're going to talk about it. Give it to me. We're getting ready to talk about Skeleton Crew. You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming. All right, to begin our reactions, we again bring you the Midnight Manifest, taking you down the rabbit hole of the need to know Star Wars Skeleton Crew. The only person who can do that is Chuck Wagon. Chuck, take it away.
All right. This is your Midnight Manifest for Skeleton Crew, created by John Watts and Christopher Ford. First 2 episodes directed by Watts and Ford, with David Lowery directing the second. Wim is a nerdy kid raised by a single black father who dreams of being a Jedi. Along with his 3 friends, Fern, KB, and Neil, Wim finds an abandoned ship in the woods surrounding their suburban home at Adeniran. When Wim touches a button he's not supposed to press, the ship ushers the kids halfway across the galaxy. The only remaining member of the ship's previous crew is SM-33, who takes the children to a pirate starport. At the starport, the kids are besieged by said pirates who want their credits. The pirates also scoff at the idea that the kids are from Adeniran, aka, quote, the lost planet of eternal treasure. SM-33 comes to the children's defense, but ultimately the 4 are thrown into the brig, where they meet a mysterious man claiming he's a Jedi. And that has been your Midnight Manifest for Skeleton Crew. I want to start with you, Van, because we travel back in time.
Yeah.
We first heard about Skeleton Crew at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting next to you, and you were like, too plucky. Like,
Nauseous.
I don't even think we saw anything from it. We might have seen like a couple.
It was literally hey, we're making this show.
Jude Law and a bunch of kids.
John Watts come out. Jude Law come out. We're making this show. The kids get lost. And everybody was excited except for this guy.
And I think Van is, of all of us, probably the one who is least there for any and all pluck.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew.
I gotta say something here real quick. John Watts has a new nickname for me.
Okay.
What is it?
The Pluck Master.
I see where you're going.
John Watts, who obviously also directed the Spider-Man movies for Marvel, he's good at the pluck.
Yeah.
Okay. So Spider-Man is very plucky. He's plucky. He's Spider-Man, but it still works because there's this motivation and internal interrogation of the character that continuously brings the character back to situations that people can relate to.
Yeah.
I found myself really into Skeleton Crew. And when I tell you, I had the lowest expectations, my expectations for the upcoming Trump administration are higher than what were my expectations for Skeleton Crew. I had the lowest possible, and my expectations for the next 4 years are Armageddon. But but I had the lowest possible expectations for Skeleton Crew. And I think that it was inventive. There was like Star Wars with a neighborhood. It for some reason worked. They're like roads and kids catching a bus to school and whatever.
Taking shortcuts.
The shortcuts. Whim as a character. For me, for whatever, it worked. Like I enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew that I watched, like genuinely.
I legitimately loved it. The thing about this show that, really brought it home for me was that earlier this year, and we'll talk about it on the Animation Awards come on Friday, it reminded me word for word, bar for bar of Star Trek Prodigy, in which a couple of kids, they find a ship, they go out, they have adventures and the entire thing. And I love that show. If this show can mimic even half of what Star Trek Prodigy has, it's gonna be one of my favorite shows.
Is there a show that you haven't watched? What the fuck is Star Trek Prodigy?
Oh, brother.
Like what? Like, is there a show?
You be on YouTube rabbit hole
That's
watching
totally-
fucking snitches,
video.
That's
fucking
totally-
having
that's
existential
totally-
crisis. Let him watch Star Trek Prodigy.
That's totally different. I tell you
How's
why.
that? Wait, what?
Because you can have that in your ear when you're doing anything. Like sometimes Kalika
Not
can
watching
be.
a TV show, apparently.
Sometimes Kalika can be like talking to me about a serious conversation in our relationship. And 1 year in ear, all you hear is
History of
and Robert
Westeros.
Baratheon said. So you could do that while you're doing anything. Jomi
all
got to
the
sit down
things.
and watch these shows. Like these, I listen to these. I apologize, Jomi. I just never heard of this show, and I was just, okay. Star Trek Prodigy. Back up.
It's okay. I don't sleep. It's fine. But no,
Right.
this show brings that same energy. The kids like discovering the ship. Whim, President, like all those like little. Just like they're making mistakes, but it's like still fun and lovely. I had an absolute blast with these first 2 episodes.
I was absolutely rocking with this, and I keep thinking like the bigger problem that I had with kind of like the tapestries of current Star Wars shows, at least recent ones, is the idea. And somebody had a take about this with The Simpsons that I'm applying to this for Star Wars, where it's like the people that originally made Star Wars. George Lucas and all of his guys were influenced by Flash Gordon,
Dune,
but like serialized things of like the 40s and 30s, and that's what informed those adventures. The people that make Star Wars now were raised on Star Wars, and iterate on those things that came with Star Wars, and it becomes this kind of echo chamber of reference, where the things that you're making are also the things that you're referencing. This, at least as far as with our main character. What if our main characters were raised on Star Wars? And what if their calls to adventure were baked into their own world? And the kids that were grown up in the stories that we knew as kids, as Star Wars, actually informed how they could live their lives and like inspire them to be adventurous. That to me was like, I never thought about that before. And it was perfect.
Steve, I gotta say something real quick. That is by far, without a doubt, the best point you've ever made in any Midnight Boys episode ever.
Jesus.
That was fantastic. That was a fantastic.
But it's true though. But
observation,
it's like
Steve.
you see our main character, and he's just like he's looking at all of these like storybooks about Jedi and like wanting to. And I'm like, of course that those stories would be there.
And it seems like he's a little. Whereas other Star Wars stories, it seems like you're just one incident, one happening away from being in the middle of the story. They seem legitimately light years away from it.
Yes.
They seem so far removed from anything. Like his dad got work problems. Terrible father. His dad, like
I mean, he works late.
He's a terrible fucking dad.
What?
He's a terrible dad. He gave this nigga lunch money for the whole week and said, "I'm not gonna be around for the rest of the week."
I can't let you talk down on this black man.
Come on,
Because
man.
his son is a fucking dud.
Whoa.
Okay. Charles, first of all, what did you think of Skeleton Crew?
I think shows like this make a pretty big gamble where it's just like they're like, this show will live and die by like the kids and their pluck.
Yeah.
And I think there are sometimes, obviously this is pulling from Amblin and the Goonies and E.T. and
Flight and Navigator.
all that shit.
Yeah.
And all of
Never
those
Ending
movies,
Story.
all that shit is like every single time, one of the hardest things, you've talked about it in Hollywood, is to cast children that young because it's like they're still learning to act, whatever. Unfortunately, if I'm being like I don't give a fuck about these kids. I find most of them annoying. I find the black kid very annoying.
Who's the most annoying one? Rate them in annoyance.
Oh, the lead kid.
You find him
You
annoying?
think-
I think he's a little adorable biracial.
Call him out there. Call him out there.
I think he's a little adorable biracial. As soon as I saw him, I
We
was
don't
like,
know if he's biracial.
his mama white. As soon as his mama white. His mama white. His mama white. His mama white. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh shit, where his white mama at? And she gone.
Wait, is his mom white within Star Wars or in a?
It's gotta be.
She's yeah. I mean,
I went to Wikipedia yesterday doing my research, and one of the first names I saw on there was Kenya Barris, and I was like, I know what's going on over there.
oh, Kenya Barris is
No. So one of his the kid Cabot Connors television work includes playing son to on-screen parents Rashida Jones and Kenya Barris.
Oh, so he was in Black.
He was in Black. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, all right. Shout out to Kenya.
Yeah.
But I actually agree with your point. I agree with your point that you live and die with the kids. First of all, the Neil, I love him. I love Neil.
Die for Neil.
No, Neil's a homie. He's cute.
I love Neil. They did such a good job of Guardians of the Galaxy and 3 Animal Trickery by making one of them a little cute elephant face. So I love Neil. Kara, liar girl, don't like her.
Don't like Fern?
Fern is her name.
Yeah, Fern is
her name.
Yeah. Fern is the one who rides the bike, and who's the
KB.
one?
KB is Jordy
Yeah.
LaForge.
No,
I called her Georgia LaForge.
Katie LaForge. Right?
Katie LaForge. But Wim, I actually found myself connecting with Wim. I thought Wim being the kid, the latchkey kid and the whole thing, I found myself connecting
Nah,
with
if
him.
I was the bully in the squad, I'd beat his ass.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, man.
You beat up
Christ
Wim.
alive.
What is
Yeah,
wrong
man.
with you? You trying to put this on
Golly.
Wim.
Because here's the thing, it was like, this was when it went too far, because like, this is how it shows like I'm like the washed like uncle now, where I'm like, hey yo, son, can you just listen to your fucking dad? Can you just wake up on time? Go take
Here's
the
what
test.
I will say.
Like-
if you get called out of work to come into get your
Yeah,
kid
it's
that
not-
missed the test, you're bringing him home, not just like, hey, I got to go back to work.
All right, whoa, he's a single father in a galaxy fucking far, far away. He's trying his best. And this was when I was absolutely not on Wim's side. Wim doesn't do what his dad asked. He gets on this goddamn starship, and his friends are like, hey, yo, Wim, you've been touching just a lot of fucking shit. Don't press any buttons, bro. I'm like, hey, yo, bro.
One button gets you up out of the ground and into hyperspace.
And he was like, that's
One button. I literally, if I was Neo, and like, because they were like, we gotta get back in the ship, I would have been like,
They
sorry,
should.
man.
I mean, they should have jumped. If you got to be thinking quickly, you got to get out of there.
Yeah.
But I thought the kids are great. There's that scene like when they're digging it up before they start digging it out, when they're like claimsies. No boys allowed.
Claimsies.
That's perfect.
And then women Neil go, look, they said no claims is from the outside. When we
Now
get
the
inside, the
so
claims
come
is
on.
reset.
It's so funny
That's
to me because like
fantastic.
when we were doing Last of Us, you were just like the girl, too plucky. And I'm just like, this is
Okay.
plucky to the
Can I be honest with you?
nth degree.
Can I be honest with you? Though?
It's growth.
Here's the thing about it's not even growth for me. Plucky during the Armageddon is one thing, bro.
Right. That's fair.
If
You're
you
just kids in the
if you
suburbs.
during the Armageddon, you gotta calm your ass down. You know what I'm saying? These like
It's situational pluck.
Yeah. Sometimes Plucky always bothers me. And don't get me wrong, there are times that I grit my teeth, you know, during the show because I do not like Pluck. But she's Plucky during it's zombies and people with flowers all over them. Like,
Right.
do what you're told.
Yeah. So Wim doesn't got to do what he's told.
Wim doesn't do what he's told, but that's a part of the show. Like this is okay. Another thing I like about this show is this is obviously the 80s that this takes place in. This is the 80s realm.
esque pastiche, yeah.
Because like if we were in the present day right now, Wim would have a babysitter. Somebody would be looking after Wim.
Right.
But Wim is a latchkey kid like we used to be. I don't know if you guys don't remember. They didn't give a fuck about us. They didn't care what we did. No one cared. Like I said this and my mom got mad. I'm not trying to say that my parents left us to fend for ourselves. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying though, I would get on my bike and fucking ride.
Yeah.
All the things that happened to us are the reason why there's sex offender registries and stuff like that.
Okay.
I did not think it was going
I'm saying, like all the stuff that happened to our generation was the reason why all of this stuff happened. we used to just go
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like all the signs being like, yo, don't loiter here.
A whole episode of Different Strokes where this guy kidnaps Arnold
Jesus
and
Christ,
Willis.
I do know
Like
that
all of that stuff. But like this time, it's gonna sound weird. Getting on your bike and like having an adventure is something that kids don't really do that much anymore.
Yeah.
But in this movie or in this show, it's plausible again, and it kind of reminds me of something I used to be familiar with.
For sure. And I think it's a bit more. It's a lot less, weirdly enough, a lot less fantastical than say a Stranger Things that has like putting them in imminent danger or like a more like horrific scenario than this, because there's a weird feeling of safety even when they're in peril to make you feel that like, okay, well, they're not in like the most danger. They're in a lot of trouble. But there's something like Spielbergian about the idea about like, oh, they're on this ghost ship and there's this like kooky ghost skeleton droid that talks like a pirate, and they're about to go off onto this like pirate colony. And you don't necessarily feel like they're in imminent danger or like the type of thing that makes you feel as a viewer unsafe.
I don't know,
Where
man.
if you were watching Stranger Things, you're like, okay, one of these kids could die.
That's what I like about Stranger Things, and that's what I kind of don't necessarily connect with,
Really?
with Skeleton Crew as much. Where I feel like, well, first, if I'm going to be honest, white folks, we got to leave the Amblin 80 shit alone. Like, I just can't watch another like Stranger Things spinoff. But there was a part of me where I was like, I guess I wasn't interested because it did kind of feel like very much kind of like a Disney Channel show, very kid friendly. They're not in really in any imminent danger. I'm assuming fucking that's not a real Jedi. So there was a level of like the stakes were kind of so low. I did kind of find myself like checking my phone, doing other stuff because it's like
the Stranger Things comp, because I had the same thought. I'm like, yeah, you know, I've seen this before. I think the Danger Thing is interesting because they just hyperspaced to God knows where.
Yeah.
In space, the infinite void of space. Them getting back is going to take like for those kids to get back to the place they need to get back to Adeniran is going to be like a miracle. What about fuel? You know, you need a map. You need somebody to fight a ship.
Yeah,
like
but
there's so much stuff.
In a weird way, it feels like the show sells this as a way as like, oh, they just like hopped on a train that went too far, or like they fell asleep and they're just like, oh, we just need to find directions to get back.
Yeah,
they treat it like that. So
but therefore,
because like,
they don't know
the thing.
I know
the thing that you have to care about in a show like this, and this is what the show has to sell. It's not their safety; it's their innocence. That's like the thing that you have to care about. Like, you know, Stranger Things got government experimented superpowered kids that gotta save the world and go to a demon lair. It's different. It's a horror show. In a show like this, or even in old shows, it was always about we all have a summer or an experience or a time period where we left our childhood behind, right? To where we were kids, and something happened where we realized there are things in the world that want to get you. And once that realization happens, that's when your childhood is over. That's when you're no longer a kid, right? When you realize, not when someone's telling you, but when you realize, oh, there are things that want to get you. And that's what you have to care about in this show. You have to care about their innocence.
Right.
Whether or not they'll be able to, because they go to the space, the pirate port, and there's literally a woman, that's a whorehouse. And there's
she's like, where are you
like,
kids
where
from?
are your parents at? Where's everybody? And you see just how deep of shit they're in. That's what the show's gonna have to sell to you in order for it to have any type of sense.
And Charles, you mentioned like not even so much the adult supervision, but like the idea that like we kind of need an anchor point. I'm pretty sure that Jude Law is going to be here for most of the rest of these episodes, and he'll not even so much be the inherent babysitter, but the idea that like, okay, like I have the charge, like that's probably clearly my old ship. You've got like a bunch of old Imperial credits that are worth like a fortune. If I get to return you for like a bit of money, then I get to come back rich, and then I get to resume my life of piracy or whatever. Yeah. And then he gets wrapped up in a lie that makes him be a Jedi or things like that. The idea that Jude Law could be anchoring these kids into like this kind of like elaborate lie about safety and the Jedi and all these things, to be told it to kids rather than like say an intricate plot that is about like, are the Jedi really bad, or what is the beginning of the Sith? Like making high concept ideas, but no, just sell the idea of like, maybe you're not exactly a good person to a child, and selling that to the idea that with that safety or with that aspiration of being a good person that they want you to be, you might not be. And there's complications and nuance to that. I think that Jude Law can really like carry this. I'm very excited to see what episode 3
Where are they?
Where are they?
Because they're somewhere so far away that the reach of the New Republic
isn't there.
Like
outer
even the forms of money, they're from a place that's clean, that's safe, that has all, and the New Republic sucks ass.
That's the main thing, right? They're probably like way out in the outer rim.
Way out, right?
They don't even have the resources really to go all the way out there and cover that. So they're out there in the trenches of space.
To know that that planet isn't even considered a real place, that it's a myth, that, oh, that's just like golden treasure. Like you're literally from a treasure planet.
Which, here's the thing. They want to get back there.
Yeah.
The kids do. But at the same time, will there be a question where maybe they don't want to get back there because they don't want the pirates to know where their home world is because they'll change anything. The ship that they're on seems to be a pirate ship that crashed there trying to plunder. So I think there are a lot of things, a lot of questions about the show, about protection, vulnerability, about adventure. Like what kind of adventure is worth it, that I think the first 2 episodes was able to ask in a compelling way.
We talk about like that planet being secretive. They mention the barrier a lot. You can't go past the barrier.
So it might be actually hidden.
It might be hidden.
Actually secluded.
For a reason. Is it like for the purposes of like hiding a planet for safety? Is it, we're just like, maybe I'm like big braiding it here, but is it like a Vault 76 experiment?
And most like people of authority, at least in the episodes that we've seen, are droids.
You got Carrie Condon as Fern's mom. Shout out Friday, and Wynn's dad. That's it. Right? Not a lot of adults there.
Yeah, I just thought about, man. Adding kind of like Beverly Hills.
Kind of.
You know how
that shit look like Pasadena.
Well, I'm just saying, you drive throughout the rest of LA, and for people that don't come around to LA, that little area of Beverly Hills proper is like a whole different world.
Yeah,
You drive 15 minutes down or one of those other places. You in a totally different world. You get to Beverly Hills and you walking around like you looking outside the Gucci store, the Louis store, and somebody's like, "You coming in?" I don't know. Get your ass out of here now. Get on down Rodeo. All right, well, don't just hang out outside this bitch.
Nope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. So they're like privileged kids who, in a way, don't even understand what the real stakes in the galaxy are.
No.
Well, and it seems like most of that planet, or at least that system, is kept from an idea of that because nobody goes past the barrier. They talk to his dad, and he's just like, "They're past the barrier. That's impossible." But they're there. I saw them do it. Like nobody's done it.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason for that, and I'm sure we'll figure it out. The Jude Law thing is interesting because I think you and him are going to go on the same journey.
You mean of hair restoration?
Yeah.
He could have been.
Honestly, your hairline is better than Jude Law's at this point.
It is, and I wonder why he hasn't. Because look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys about something. There's an underground network of hair transplant people.
Okay.
Oh, are you in the
Like
society
BBL,
now?
like underground BBL type levels?
Y'all got group text about it?
So what happened was this. I'm very transparent about that, right? Because I'm on here. I'm around 3 young guys, and let's be honest about something. The 3 of you guys have outstanding heads of hair. All right.
Knock on wood.
Jomi, things will change.
Whoa, do not put that on me.
But for right now, you guys have outstanding heads of hair. Jomi, outstanding head of hair. Steve, the fucking shit is obvious. And then Charles has like a lot of the reasons why I got this is because of Charles.
That crispy
Charles has
hairline?
one of
The crispy
look
hairline?
at Charles's
Come on.
hairline. Even when I had a hairline, like even the hairline I have right now, it's never like that. Charles got one of them fucking hairlines from a comic book. Like Rob Liefeld do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Rob
like,
Liefeld draws just all in writing.
That's
Some
how
people start complaining like, y'all only know how to draw one type.
Yeah, like
It's that or dress. That's it.
Yeah.
This shit's fed by negativity, guys.
But the reality that's could be true. What if the negativity just fucking fins off the fenestra or whatever? Oh, anyway. But like since I got it, there's been some people that have hit me up on the low.
Oh.
And there's
Who's
two
your guy?
types.
Who's
One is who's your guy, and I've been sending people to Zering like crazy. Zering reached out and was like, man, there's so many people hitting us up now. We got to put you on the payroll.
Oh.
Okay? All right, that's one thing. And then number two, it's also people that I didn't know that had a hair transplant and are dying to tell someone.
Really?
It's like, I got your number from blankety blank. I just want you to know, like, how things going for you. Like, blah,
What's
blah,
recovery
blah.
looking like?
I had
Yada,
mine.
yada.
There are some people that had them.
I think there should be more unity and strength. There's no
It's a big deal.
weakness
Yeah, what's the problem?
in, getting
People
the
are
hairline
transparent
right.
about all sorts
Here's the
of
thing.
stuff.
Here's
Why
the thing.
can't we
If
be-
because we learned, to be body like women out there. Sometimes they're like, I want to feel good about my body. I want to do this and that. Men, if you want the hairline, go get the fucking hairline.
Get the fucking hairline.
Get the
Get on with
hairline.
it. Jude Law's character, no hair, no receding hairline. Force user.
No.
No.
He's
Not buying that for a second.
I don't buy that. For
Oh, you guys don't think that he's a
second.
force user?
No.
I think he's the pirate from the
He's
beginning of
a
the episode.
pirate that the mutiny.
By the way,
and he's doing a trick to base because the kids are like Jedi, and he's just like, these kids are
Okay,
dumb
well
as
then
fuck.
so then you know what's
Yeah.
so funny? I never get deep into the shit. You guys, his character has been described as a force user in the write-ups for the show. You think it's bullshit. You think they're throwing this off. Okay.
Yeah.
by the way,
I'm so stupid.
in the running for like the coolest helmet in all of Star Wars, that guy.
What?
Oh my God, yes.
All
It's not cooler than a Mando helmet. Be for
Oh,
real.
No.
It's
His
not
shit
even
look-
top
His
10.
shit looked like a
bro,
pirate hat,
Have some
and
pride.
he's got a full face visor.
Have some
So
pride.
is
I
Jude
loved it.
Law on his ship trying to get back to Adeniran?
I don't know if it's his ship, but I think
On a ship he knows, clearly.
I think he'll try and take advantage of the kids in the sense of they'll be like, "Hey, yo, oh, you guys got to, oh yeah, I'll help you guys out, yeah.
I'm a
We
Jedi.
yeah, I'm a Jedi. We
Mhm.
can go here and here, and then eventually,
Oh, and
like,
you got those credits in your boot?
Yeah,
Why don't we
yeah,
go back to? Let's get you home.
let's team up. I'm gonna get you guys home, but we got to do what I got to do first. All that.
because I'm the adult. And
Exactly, right? But then ultimately, like, come to find, that hey, these kids actually do mean something to me.
I like these kids.
I don't want to
Yeah.
hurt them.
He sacrifices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then his lie's going to be exposed, and then it'll break his
Like,
heart.
I'm sure, like, Women's gonna look up to him like he's a god, right?
Mhm.
And then when he finds out that he's been lying and cheating and all that,
Yeah.
Women's gonna be devastated. But at the end of the day, like,
Charles.
come on, man. You mean, look,
Come on, that's a
the
good
thing,
story.
though.
It's a good
But It's a
story.
good story, but that's what this is.
Charles over there trying to act like the anime stories don't be the same.
Yeah. The friends we made along the way, power of friendship.
It's a training
power
arc
of
for
friendship.
women.
And guess what? There's some anime that I watched that I would dare come on this fucking show and tell y'all was good. I'd be like, that shit's ass. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not a good time.
You know what I'm saying? But here, I feel like we're glazing a little bit.
Oh,
Interesting.
No,
all right,
no.
bro.
I'm ready to hear it.
Nah,
Is
man.
Krispy
Just a
Kreme
little
award?
bit.
Nah, man. That's
I think this is capping off a run for Star Wars where I feel like, and I don't think, I'll say this, I don't think that this show is made poorly. I think that this is a kid's show. I don't think it's meant for someone like me. What it does try to do, I think it does well. But I do think we have just cheapened the Star Wars brand to such an
I
extent
knew you was gonna say
that it
this.
feels so, like everything feels so small. And it just feels like I want Star Wars to feel cinematic again. I want Star Wars to feel special. And I don't want, there were parts in this show where I was like, it didn't feel very Star Wars. It felt kind of like,
It doesn't.
it's just something else, which is
Yeah.
fine. It's
Yeah.
just,
I mean, I think there are parts in the show that showed to me a degree of scale that made the show feel bigger.
Mhm.
When the ship is taking off and he's there away from his father, I think there's a little callback to the Return of the Jedi speeder chase where he's on the speeder by
Oh, yeah.
himself and he loses his helmet, he's getting hit in the face,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. The show has to sell wonder. I think it sells wonder. It has to sell kids. I think it sells kids to the best of its ability. As far as where Star Wars is, I think my thing is this. Star Wars is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the Lakers. Like the Lakers right now, every single year, we as Laker fans, we go, okay, well, maybe Dalton Connect will turn into, and he's good. Maybe this will happen. Maybe this will happen. Maybe this. The Lakers are a playing team. They're a playing team, playing plus. They're 6th seed at best. Star Wars right now, until further notice, is a 6th seed.
This is a good point.
Until further notice, Star Wars is a 6th seed. Until further notice, like they have an aging leader. They have some people that can give you a spark. Until further notice, this is what Star Wars is.
So is The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, the bubble chip?
So I'll ask you guys this. This show to me is like, this is Return of the Jedi, where I'm just like, there's a meter when I'm watching Star Wars where I'm just like, it gets too cute. There's too many Wookiees. And I'm just like, watching this show, there was a point where I'm like, does Star Wars kind of need to rein it back in for a couple years and just do something well that feels, I don't know, like, I think the first couple Star Wars movies and the best Star Wars shows have an elemental quality of feeling like a grand sweeping adventure. That doesn't mean a huge adventure. And what happens, that just means it feels like this is a big fucking deal. And it's just, I've gotten too many shows where I'm like, this.
You feel like not to go back and forth on this too much, but you feel like The Mandalorian feels like that?
I felt like The Mandalorian, what it was doing in terms of like the Western vibe, the villain of the week, it feeling like even in the small parts of that adventure, the big emotional beat was, this is Lone Wolf and Cub. This is a guy trying to raise a little child.
Very intimate story, though.
That's a very intimate story, but the scope of it, what Baby Yoda meant to him, just that relationship, what it meant to the galaxy, all of that. When I mean grand in scope, I don't mean like size, like they have to be saving the galaxy, but it feels important. Like the Mandalorian and Grogu now, they feel kind of like elemental characters. They have that thing where it's like the Acolyte, Skeleton Crew, all of them, they just kind of feel like Disney Channel.
After 2 episodes, though.
You know what I just figured out? Charles doesn't give a fuck about a lost kid. He's one of these people that he gets an Amber Alert on his phone.
Hey, turn that off.
And
man.
hey, yo, Silence. Man, what the fuck? Hey, I'm watching Don the
I'll be shopping for food and look at and I'm like, no, this ain't right. That's crazy. What am I gonna do?
Back to the Grubhub.
I'm not John Q.
You see that?
What am I gonna do?
Y'all see that RDC World skit?
Yeah.
Where the Amber Alert come on and get in the car.
That's what you're
supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Say, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the opposite. When I'm on the freeway and it says Amber Alert,
I jump.
Silver fucking Mazda. I'm looking around like, hey, I better not see a silver Mazda.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my eye.
I'll run your ass off the motherfucking road.
No, I think the show can get there. It's only been 2 episodes. We got to see how these kids grow and connect with.
No, we can't keep doing that.
What do you mean we can't keep doing that?
This is also another thing. This ain't just a Disney Plus shit. This is not just a Disney Plus shit. We got to stop doing the 2-episode premiere. Because people are like, there's only 2 episodes. I'm like, motherfucker, that was an hour, almost an hour and a half. If I'm not interested after 90 minutes, chances are, like, if you can't land the plane in 90 minutes, I don't know. I mean, you guys are acting like I'm the only Star Wars fan who's going to be like.
I think the bigger problem that you might be having is that these seasons of TV are glorified and longer films that are just
I think
spliced up into 8 episodes, which
would be a better movie, probably.
Which can hinder a storytelling.
You're not watching the
process
Skeleton Crew movie though.
I want to break in with something real quick from the entertainment world.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs in the Hot 100 top 10.
Yeah.
He had Squabble Up, TV Off, Luther are all top 3. Wet Out Murals is 4.
Streams are fake though.
Hey Now was 5.
Yeah. Streams are fake though.
Bet you believe that for real. Culturally, you believe that.
Reincarnated I don't believe that.
And The Man at the Garden is 9. Incredible. Yeah,
all time.
Back to our
great year for negativity.
All time.
Why is it negative?
Was that sorry? Was
what about
album?
what Kendrick has done this year has not shown that he's the negative king?
Oh, I think that calling out the fake shit is positive.
Oh no, it's positive.
Yeah,
calling that man a pedophile 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
They
That's a different podcast. Because we can't merge them because we got kids.
So you guys love it. I'm a little bit like I don't hate it. Like I will tell people like I don't think the show is meant for me. I think this is like for 6,
Certainly,
7.
yeah, that's fine.
What I want to ask though is like when I was watching this, I was like, will this add more gasoline to the fire after the accolade?
As far as like Star Wars has lost its way,
Not just lost its way. I think people are looking for the like, what is the North Star of Star Wars? That's why I think when Force Awakens and everything was happening, of course people were mad at it, but there was like a North Star of being like, well, there's movies. Even when we get mad at the MCU, there's a North Star.
This has been plaguing the Star Wars fandom literally forever. Where every time we have a new Star Wars thing, they're like, well, this is what Star Wars is supposed to be, not this. It can't be this. It's never that. Like, it's been that. Like Disney owns this now. It's going to be a table setting for filmmakers and storytellers to tell stories like things that we're used to. That's all. Well, and some of them are going to be good. Some of them are going to be bad. The movies, whatever those will be, they'll find it. They clearly don't have it right now. They're working on it. And it like for right now, we have, okay, what's going to be the pastiche for this show? Okay, it's like Goonies in space. Great. We'll see if that's good. For the last time, for The Acolyte, didn't work as well. For the other ones, like we're going to see Mandalorian, Western in space. Great. That was gangbusters for a minute until it wasn't.
Well, that's why, I mean, Denis Villeneuve talked about it, right? He lost interest in Star Wars
he says it's bled dry.
after Return of the Jedi because it became like a recipe. There was no more surprises.
And I'm like, I disagree with that.
Well, I agree with that.
No.
Well, it's interesting for him to say that.
It's interesting for him to say that, but he's not like completely wrong because when we talk about Star Wars, and to your point with all the people, the fans, Star Wars does the thing.
Yeah.
Right? It has a formula. It has a very, I don't want to say like rigid, but there are rules and there's things that the story like has to do.
In like the idea that there's canon or that there's things that you can follow of like, okay, maybe you can use the Force like this and maybe not necessarily like that. But when it comes to like, okay, you could tell a story that has to do with kids on bikes and a story about the cops being fucked up.
Yeah.
That can still happen in the same world. Well, I'm just tired of seeing like Skywalkers being bled dry. That's what I think is actually bled dry. I don't even never see to be honest Skywalker with you, for the rest of my life.
I could watch a million movies about the Skywalkers as long as they're good.
Well, that's your man's though.
But at the same time though, look, here's the deal. Anytime anyone complains about anything that has to do with greater lore or a greater universe, what they're essentially complaining about is how inventive and daring the thing is.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't complain about, I'm not going to bring it up, but there are certain Star Wars properties that we haven't complained about because they've been inventive, they've been daring, and they've looked, Acolyte wouldn't commit to what it wanted to do.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't commit. The concept of the show, the goal and the aim of the show is incredibly compelling.
Yes.
If they just give to it.
Mm-hmm.
If they just commit to it, they wouldn't. They half-stepped. And there's been a lot of that.
Boba Fett, I think, was similar. I'm like, if you want to make a crime show, you want to make
the crime show.
And I think,
I like Mandalorian season 3.
Half-stepping.
Yeah.
They won't. They sometimes
I
won't
think
commit.
they're very like Mandalorian and or all those shows where it's just like they hyper committed to what they wanted to do. And I think with Skeleton Crew, what probably I'm like searching for in this show is right now it just does feel like an Amblin show in Star Wars.
I do think they're committed.
Exactly.
Yes. I think in this particular show, they are saying, this is what we're doing. To your point saying, it's not for me. I think they're okay with that.
But what I'm asking for is what is the next, like, I just don't, right now, what all it is like it's just pastiche right now. Like, even some of the stuff they say, like, there was a moment where Wim is like, this is probably when I was actually out on Wim, and I'll stop getting up on it. He's like, Dad, will you read me bedtime stories? And his dad like, don't you think you're a little too old for bedtime stories?
He said, see, and this I know you sick. He was like, can you read me stories like mom
used to make?
And you
might possibly did.
I know what you are,
He was saying like mom used to. He was actually, the scene was about him longing for his mother.
Oh,
And
nigga,
you
boss
said-
the fuck up, bro.
No, man.
Like, boss up!
Nah, bro. Come
Boss
on,
up!
man.
10 years
Dog,
old.
between Shameik, between Wim, I'm like, come on,
You
bro.
telling an 8-year-old boy to lock in? That's crazy.
He shouldn't have.
Look,
You know what?
Not when he wanted comfort
This,
from his
no,
dad.
see, this is really committing, guys. This is really committing. If this show really wanted, this is how I know there wasn't any black writers in the room, because I would have been like, we need to introduce a black uncle character, and and his dad's like, you want to be like him?
Yeah.
Addicted to spice? Get your ass to school.
That's a different show. That's funny.
Christ.
That's
Oh
funny.
my God.
Because the dad could have been coming down on like, hey, nigga. But another thing
Like,
about
why did you guys think the dad? You were not. He's not a great dad.
but let me tell you what the dad represents. There's some things in the show that like we're not talking about. Okay, so they come there for a career day.
Yeah.
Every single career that the kids are being prepared for is some middle management, boring,
analysis,
type
accounting.
I want to be an accountant. I want to be an analyst. I want to be, those are not, I'm not dissing any of those occupations.
Yeah.
But those are not things that children particularly dream of being.
Yeah.
Those are things that after you get into the world and you understand what you need to do, maybe you like numbers and those are the things. The show is as much about kids finding their imagination or understanding that it's okay to imagine, it's okay to have more, it's okay to want more, to think bigger. That is them breaking that indoctrination.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whatever the reason that Aden has cut itself off from the rest of the galaxy, whatever the reason that they've hidden themselves and just become a planet of bean counters, that there's more, that the same Star Wars that we're looking for, the kids are kind of looking for as well, because they know that it's out
Can I
there.
ask you guys this question about lore, and they might get into it later, because Aden, it seems like, is either in the Outer Rim or they're not communicating with the rest of the galaxy. Does Star Wars kind of need to decide what the Jedi mean to the galaxy? Because, like, depending upon what TV show or movie you watch, either the Jedi are heroes or they're bureaucrats. If you watch, like, the Clone Wars, like, by that time, people like the fucking Jedi, like, people are turning against them. So is this planet, do they only have the stories of when the Jedi were still here? Like, sometimes it's weird for me to figure out, like, what do the Jedi actually mean within this galaxy? Are they police officers and senators, or are they heroes?
I think the muddiness of their legend is literally the point.
It's the most realistic thing about Star Wars.
Yeah.
The fact that this kid is reading comic books about his heroes that are like killing like things in a Sarlacc pit and going on adventures, whereas the next person is like, my dad told me they were bullshit cops, and the other people were like, they're just old monks that just live out in the forest. And it's like, that's perfect.
It's the most realistic thing about Star Wars. Half the country looks at the FBI as the people who stop terrorism. The other half looks at the FBI as the people who surveilled Dr. Martin Luther King.
Oh, no,
Like
I agree with that. My
Yeah.
more so question is, I'm like, sometimes I don't even know if Star Wars, and that's probably the interesting
It
thing,
never needs to.
knows
To me,
what
it never
they
needs to.
ever want the Jedi to be, which is like very funny, because we're confused about what the Jedi are, and then internally they're
Well, you got to think
confused.
about it, and I think somebody has said this before. I can't remember where, but you got to think about it like this. Imagine somebody told you there was a man floating in the sky, he had a laser sword, and he was out there cutting people up, but it was a long time ago, far, far away, and only like 2 people alive have ever seen him, right? The Jedi are literally a myth. You know what I mean? Even when they did exist, there was only so many to go around. Many people would live their entire lives in the galaxy, never hear of a Jedi, or never see a Jedi, but you'd hear stuff, right? And so we have all these different places in Star Wars where people have, like, again, Clone Wars, Jedi are all over the place. People have different conversations. Then we have The Mandalorian, where it's like, who are these mystical Jedi people? Like, it's just, there's such a big galaxy. You can't really nail down.
I mean, but this
what the
shit did
Jedi
happen
are.
within, like, sometimes like 15, 20 years where I was just like, they'll go from being like the
well,
Jedi, and I'm like, it's only been like a decade or so.
The question is this: if we're seeing this world through Wim's eyes, as Wim comes of age and as they continue to have this adventure, will his opinion of the Jedi change?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
right
my
now-
opinion is, does he even? When does the Jedi voice even stop for him? He might have not even heard of half this shit.
Well, my thing is this though: like, it's the kind of thing that when you are a 9 or 10-year-old kid, being able to move things with your mind, the Jedi Skywalker just saved the galaxy, right? So when you hear about that, when you hear about everything that the Jedi can do, their mysticism, their lore, the order, what you have to do, it's cool to a kid. They go everywhere throughout the galaxy, something you can't do. Now, when you meet somebody who you think is a Jedi, who's pretending to be one, or who's a Force user, might be a Force user, might not be a Force user, or when you're in other places and you hear the Jedi cut off my arm, or we came to a planet and the Jedi fucked it up, that is what a coming of age story is about. It's about, like, once again, how innocence is reshaped once you have information.
Yeah.
So right now he's playing like a Jedi. He wants to be a Jedi. I mean,
Black kid wants to be a cop.
Right. Exactly. It used to be the cop came to the school and be like, "Hey, can we see your gun?" And the cop's thinking, I shot your uncle with this gun. I'm just saying, but you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Your daddy tell you, "Oh, you want to be a police, huh? All right, nigga. All right, nigga, you want to be the police? All right, just wait a couple years till they running your ass down." And then for him and for the Jedi, how the galaxy has formed and reformed the opinion of them also has to do a lot with the pen of whoever is writing the story, and how they look at authority and how they look at bureaucracy and all of that. And
I think that it's a beautiful thing that's malleable in this world, that all of those things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
What are the powers of what are the powers of KB? Because she hooked into the thing and was able to hack something.
I think she's just very technologically inclined.
She's probably honestly, she's probably just Gizmo, or not Gizmo. Who was the kid in the Goonies that had all the gadgets?
Data.
Yes.
Yeah.
Data.
Yeah.
Gizmo's from Gremlins. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, Gizmo should have been killed.
I mean, listen, isn't every time
who should have been killed?
Gizmo.
Depending on when you start.
What?
When you start the countdown, isn't all time after midnight?
Wait, why should Gizmo be killed? Why are we killing Gizmo?
Gizmo is cute. Christ. So Gizmo is like, to me, Gizmo is like the Rick's crew from Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rick's crew are the good guys, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But if you got a thriving community where y'all irrigating shit and y'all doing shit, when Rick and them come up,
them away.
You should kill them.
Yeah.
You should shoot Rick's crew. Rick is like, I got my crew with him. We need some food. We got all this. You let Rick in them, you're fucked.
They're kind of like feral cats, where you think you can kind of once a cat's been outside too long, they're a little bit too
they got diseases. They got
By the time I was watching Negan put them in a circle and start fucking over them, I was like, it's probably a good idea.
Oh, whoa!
Because let me tell you, let me tell you something.
You would be Negan.
Think about,
you are fucking Negan.
Absolutely.
Think about how many communities Rick and them have destroyed. They always fuck up. It's too much.
They like the plague. They show up at your house.
You're done. And Gizmo, as cute as Gizmo is,
he's a problem.
It's the same fucking way.
So I should
wherever Gizmo goes.
Would you say that Gizmo? Would you say that he's a jinx?
He's not just a jinx, but Gizmo, I love you, I love you, I love you. Gizmo gonna get water spilled on him. Somebody gonna fucking feed. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: let's say you go home today, Vet's like, "Hey, man, I gotta tell you something about Bozeman. If you keep feeding him after 12 and you put water after he's gonna become
not fair. Not fair.
Hey,
anytime he eats human food, a gremlin mishap is
not fair. And I'll tell you why.
Oh,
because I didn't know this about Bozeman at first. If Bozeman just mutates into that, y'all gotta deal with it. Okay.
It's no longer so when all of Los Angeles is just there's a bunch of gremlin Bozemans running around, you're like, hey guys.
The dude goes into the shop to buy the magua, and the guy says,
"These are the rules."
The guy said, "These are the rules. Jovi, don't do this." First of all, he didn't say what was gonna happen. Okay, he should have said that. That's the first.
Maybe he
thing.
didn't even know.
He knew.
He knew.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely knew.
And after that, the Gremlins. Why haven't they remade Gremlins? They remade
Some
everything.
things-
else.
I don't know. Have you
Some
watched
things
the
are
first
sacred.
5 minutes of Gremlins recently?
No.
That's just the most racist shit.
Oh, it's pretty racist.
It's
pretty racist. Yes, it's very racist.
Well, maybe they shouldn't.
Wait, real quick. Did y'all see Jaleel White in there?
I did see him.
Hey, shout out my guy, man.
Yeah,
Get that
Joe
check.
White was doing it.
Shout out to
What
him.
do we think about where right now is SM33 on our droid scale?
He's cool.
I love him.
Shout out Nick
Yeah.
Frost. I took me a second to place the voice, but I was like,
Take it to
Shaun
the
of the
captain.
Jedi. Yeah. I mean, he's cool. He got that little like rat thing in his eye.
Boy, when he was getting busy, it was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that looked good. That
Oh,
looks really
when he was
good.
like blocking the laser beams and then burning them
yeah,
with his shield, it was
Yeah.
great.
That's a pirate droid, man. Gets the job done.
Also, you guys will be surprised about this. Even if I didn't like most of the 2 episodes, I'll fuck with the little puppets. I like Star Wars puppets.
Star Wars
When
puppets are
they
great.
got like some freak, like it looked
the
cheap,
little,
but I
the
like
little
the
ferryman that they took to the thing. I love that guy.
I love the wolf motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, he just-
Oh, the wolf nigga was dope.
I like
I love
him.
a cool mask.
I love a cool mask. Like I love when like Star Wars gets a little weird.
When they get practical with it.
Yeah, when they get
Yeah.
practical. That's the best.
Yeah.
That's why I like Neil's the only kid where I'm like, this should have just kind of been the Neil show. Neil's hilarious. When Neil was taking a little bath, I was just
That brother, he live in opulence, man. He got a whole family.
Did y'all-
at
Dad's
home.
got
Bro,
like a little
he
like,
got a
beer thing in the garage.
I know he's sick to his stomach out there,
Bro,
bro.
Neil's not fucking with this on this dirty ass shit.
know.
Neil was in a bathtub like Tony
Top
Montana.
Yeah.
no, he looked like he wanted to kill Wim's like, look, we got all sleep here. And he went on the bed and there was all this dust. And he was like, nigga, I ain't
And by the way, see, the thing is, and you guys don't want to diss Wim's dad. It's terrible. Wim got something to run away from. Neil was like, yo, man, what about my parents?
Yeah.
What about my brothers and
yeah,
sisters?
No,
man.
my brother was like, he up there.
All right.
I got a good house at home,
I
right?
got a good life.
I want to be there, bro.
And then
he got the girl at school. He like Runa.
He
He's
like
working
Runa.
up to it.
When he comes back, he gonna have so much confidence.
Oh my God, he's asking her out on the spot.
Right for Runa. And the thing, Neil also got a little bit of a shake in him because Wim was late, and Neil was trying to stand in the gap for his man.
trying to stall. Hey, what about if somebody? He was trying to do his thing.
Also, and it was so funny. What did he say at one point? He's like, I don't drink water through my trunk. He said,
I don't talk through my trunk.
I don't talk through my trunk. I'm like, you get him, Neil.
It's not being racist.
that was nuts.
Also,
No, they were racist when they got to the starport. They were like, they started looking at all. This is actually a good thing little kids do. When they just start looking at somebody who different and they just start talking.
staring.
And I'm like, yo, dog.
That's actually one of my favorite things about kids.
Because they don't have a filter.
Of
They're
course
just
it would be
like,
there.
What's wrong with you?
It's like kids. We had we had one of our aunts had a nose job, and my little nephew was there, and his mother was like, "Don't." I was like, "Don't tell him nothing. Don't tell him nothing. Let him ask the question." He goes up to my aunt, was like, "Somebody punch you on your nose."
Did she have the bandage on and everything?
Yo.
Yeah, she had the bandage on.
No
Oh
manches.
no.
Because I would never.
Did someone rock your shit?
I was like, "Somebody punch you on your nose." I was dying.
Oh.
I would never have cosmetic surgery. Anyway.
Oh, you just
Of
did.
course not. Wouldn't dare.
All right,
Crash out corner?
crash out corner.
Gotta do it.
Give us like a crash. So I don't know if you guys saw, but
Yeah.
down bad situation for Jomi and a lot of the other milkmen.
Jomi, walk us through, because you were the person here. You know it's a bad crash out when Midnight Boys was celebrating Thanksgiving, whatever.
Everybody
Everybody
was checking
and
in.
Jomi just drops in this tweet. I'm like, damn, what does Shamik Moore do? And then, so what happened, Joe?
So on what was it? The 29th. So on November 29th, 2014, at about
24.
24. Sorry, 2013. Jesus Christ. My brain doesn't work. At about 3:13 Eastern time, Josh Allen, in a collaboration post with Hailee Steinfeld, posted a picture of Josh Allen on one knee, proposing to Hailee.
Congratulations to them.
Only assume,
Congratulations to the beautiful couple.
Congratulations to the beautiful couple. And I want to thank everybody who checked in. I got texts.
You got a good circle around
and, a lot of DMs, thinking about me, and I really do appreciate that.
But you did what a black man should do, which is,
I just
keep
told
it G.
I kept the G. I said, hey, look, don't text, don't call. I'm going to deal with this on my own time. Shamik Moore
had other plans.
Did not do that.
Okay.
Allegedly.
You're right.
This is the question.
Let's throw him some bail.
Let's read Shameik Moore's original tweet, and we can debate whether this is Hailee related.
Okay. And we should say these are the two leads of the Spider-Man across the universe into the galaxy.
Miles Morales.
The upcoming Beyond the Spider-Verse film that will come out at some point in the future, allegedly.
Yeah.
Right. Shameik Moore at 1:56 p.m. on November 29th, 2024 said, and I quote, "There's still more people to meet, more opportunities to come, and more chances to try. Live, learn, apply." And he hadn't tweeted since November 23rd.
It's tough.
Okay.
It's tough.
So that evidence, that points to Crash Out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was also, as I understand, Jomi, a record that was dropped.
Yeah. He followed up that tweet saying, also crazy with what y'all decide to engage with when I post. He dropped like a snippet of some music, then said, finally some support, retweeted a Polo G or somebody with the name Polo G. At the end of the day, I'm willing to rock by myself over being with people that don't got my best interest. And then followed it up with, y'all been twisting my words and fucking with my name for years now.
Wait, do you have access to, he did drop a song.
Yeah.
He did drop a song.
Can you just play like 10 seconds? The song is insane.
You ain't gotta go. Stay a little longer. I'ma fuck you right.
Oh!
I'ma kiss you right. Kiss you till you move. I'ma see the signs. Manage your emotions.
Okay, that's enough.
He's not.
I don't know if we can play that man's song like that. Like, let me ask you this.
He's not beating allegations.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the backstory here of so Shameik Moore, according to the internet streets, has had a thing for Hailee Steinfeld for a while.
And people have been sharing some historical records of him shooting his shot at Hailee Steinfeld on various promotional cycles and him failing miserably.
Okay, so what you guys refresh my memory. What was one of the times, because I know one went super viral. What was one of the times that he shot a shot?
I mean, it's that conversation when they're on the, I can't remember what daytime TV show they're on, but it's Hailee and Shameik, and he's just like, yeah, working the co-star, this and this, and it's very like he's putting it.
There's I believe there was a quote that's just like, every Spider-Man and his romantic lead have dated each other at one point or another, and then to which Hailee is just like not really having that assessment.
Okay. So there's a natural question to ask there. Is Hailee Steinfeld a racist?
All right.
Well,
no.
I don't think that's really the point.
It's a
of what
natural question. So you guys are looking at it from the Shameik angle.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Okay. Turning it on its head.
Yeah. Is Hailee Steinfeld someone that we should be looking out for?
Well, she did get engaged to somebody that she's been dating for many years.
No, the only thing I'm saying is this. So be honest, Hailee Steinfeld, I'm sure, first of all, congratulations to Hailee Steinfeld and
yeah, of course,
and Josh Allen. That's the way you do it. You combine good genes and you keep the fucking shit going.
Oh, right.
Why?
Like, congrats to them. I will say this. If I was going to rate Shameik's reaction here, I would say this is probably a crash out.
This is a 12 out of a 12 on the crash out.
12 out of 12?
Hold on. Can I add something?
Okay.
He had another tweet that he deleted. Had no idea Hailee is engaged. That's amazing. I'm here reflecting on my 2024 goals that are rolling over into 2025. God's timing.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Why would he delete that tweet, though? Because maybe he felt like he was too much giving into the midnight gossip. Maybe he felt like he was getting into too much of the internet.
Why can't you? Here's the thing. It is nothing for his boys to just be like, hey, yo, just tweet out LOL, like, y'all hilarious, and just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Just be like, they got me. Let
Playing
people
it
make the
cool.
jokes. Like,
you gotta let them make the jokes, and you gotta take the phone away. After
Just put
the
D&D
music
on,
drop.
just put it in. Yeah.
So
just put the phone
this is what I
away.
think. There was some type of affair, relationship, or something that happened.
Speculation. This is all
speculation.
speculation.
I'm speculating there was some type of like flirt because it feels like he really does have his heart broken. And look, Shamik he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
He said that he wanted to play Miles Morales for real, and people were like, "Nigga, that's not happening." Okay, which Shamik is a great performer. He's one of those
Raekwon
multifaceted
can't be
guys.
crashing out for first Spider-Man
He's
like
a
that.
great performer. You heard the voice. He's a great singer, great actor. We've seen a lot of the stuff. So I think that maybe there was something. They were younger when they first started doing this, early 20s, late teens.
Pushback as a leader of the Black community. Do you think you're trying to shoot Shamik some bail that he does not deserve?
Probably, but he didn't do nothing wrong. But honestly, he didn't do nothing wrong. Even if he was,
He didn't do nothing
The
wrong.
R&B song?
even if he did go out there and like be super, super hurt. Like Jomi did the same thing. Did you not?
I sent one tweet.
Jo-
Don't text or call.
Jomi was nowhere near Shamik levels.
There's only one difference between Jomi and Shamik. Jomi's never fucking met Hailee Steinfeld before. So you know what I'm saying? So like, and by the way, I don't judge Jomi.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You want to know what the difference is?
What?
Hailee ain't reject Jomi yet.
Hey,
Hailee
Jomi could. Oh, that's a great point.
Jesus Christ.
You will see Jomi in Buffalo.
Wouldn't it be so crazy if Jomi robbed Josh fucking Allen like that?
If that were to happen.
Yeah.
He's already gonna take Lamar's MVP, man. He gotta lose something. He gotta lose something.
I'm telling you.
He's got to lose.
Josh on top of the world right now.
Brother, this man is never you go and get engaged to Hailee Steinfeld, you go out and ball out in front of everybody. You throw a pass, catch a lateral, dive for the touchdown. I'm a Josh Allen hater on multiple levels. That was tight.
It was.
You know what I
great.
mean?
Yeah.
That was
That was
tight as
incredible.
hell. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he up right now. Good for him.
If you're Josh, do you reach out to Shamik just to check his temperature a little bit?
Nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you got to.
can't do
Just
that.
check-
I'll be like, hey, man.
Just check his temperature. Hey man,
Send a DM on IG.
we're having me and Hailee are having Christmas up here. You want to come by? Just come by. Just come by.
Now, you want to know if I was Josh Allen?
Mm.
I'd literally just put my phone on speaker. I press Spotify, and all you hear is, "What's up, Dane?"
No.
I keep pushing.
that's how
She
you
was
get
a
fucked up.
bad boy, never know.
Congratulations to everybody. Shamik Moore is fine.
You love to see it. You love to see people.
You
fall
don't
in
love to see. This is the last thing I'll say on this. I do think this happens every.
Wait a minute. The Body by Jake nigga is Hailee Steinfeld's uncle?
Wait, what?
Who?
You guys don't know Body by Jake?
No, I don't know who that is.
Hold on for a second.
Hold on.
Does anybody know Arjuna? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Body by Jake. Actor and professional fitness coach.
Wait, you guys don't know Body by Jake?
Wait, was he the
They-
nigga who had like the
American actor,
infomercial?
Van is
Yeah,
old.
the infomercial.
Yeah, Body by
Van
Jake.
old as hell.
Yeah.
Van is
man.
old. Van is old.
But-
No, I remember these.
Is that a Van is old?
That's a Van is old.
Okay, I apologize. But it's like.
So she a Nepo baby.
She a Nepo baby.
She's a great actress. Hold on.
She's a great.
True grit.
Y'all
You know
don't
what I'm
know
saying? I
Jake
stand up.
Steinfeld? Y'all don't know Body by Jake?
Brother man, you're just saying
No,
words.
that
You
looks
gotta
like a
know.
professional
I'm
wrestler. I
not
don't
that
know.
fucking old. Arjuna the same age as y'all niggas. Like, it's nobody in here that's old. I'm
So
the
you-
oldest person in
Yeah,
this
you're running
room.
a daycare out here,
man.
By like, Steve. You're 35.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm running it with you.
Sneaky old.
Like,
Sneaky old.
stop.
Sneaky
Cut the shit, Steve. Okay.
I was hanging out with Steve on Thanksgiving. You know, I could tell you was getting old up there.
Yeah, no, I'm
you had
washed. I'm
eaten, you
definitely
wasn't
washed.
moving fast.
But yeah, what was y'all Thanksgiving like? Like you got. I mean, I'm sure you guys spent some time together.
Nobody's.
You spent time with any family, Van?
No, it was good. I was with some people.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I was with my family. It was cool. We were having this discussion because it's getting to an age now, man. Back in the day, you used to get like 3-4 plates and then 2 plates of dessert, and you'd be like, man, Thanksgiving tight. Now, I'm sorry to say, man, I only had like 1.5.
You're slowing
plates,
down.
bro.
I can't wait. It's
Yeah.
It's about to hit you so hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's about to hit you so
1.5
hard.
plates.
It's about to hit you so hard,
I
bro.
went back for like some mac and cheese and some ham, and that was it.
It's
I
done.
was like, I can't do it.
I'm to the different. I'm like, I know the meal is coming. I gotta pop a couple of Tums, take some Prilosec in the morning.
Yeah.
Tums, brother.
Washed.
Oh my gosh.
It's coming.
We're apparently past posting plate pics.
Oh, you can't post plate
No,
pics, bro.
never.
No, you can't do
I'm
it.
never on that shit.
You can't
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna have my granny crying on fucking Thanksgiving.
I
You know
literally
what I'm saying?
tweeted. I literally tweeted. There's gonna be somebody who's gonna post a plate, and now your mom is gonna be crying because they calling your mac and cheese sorry. And literally,
Oh, so
like,
here's my issue. Actually, it's a setup because Thanksgiving plates rarely, if ever, look good. Like they're not.
Yeah,
it's not
they're
a type
just-
of
they're
plate.
a bunch of
they're not
slop
aesthetically
on the thing.
pleasing.
Yeah,
It's not.
not
It's like
plated.
there's no garnish on it. Like my mom
No.
is a fantastic cook, and you guys, if you're here for Christmas, you'll find out. Right? She'll be here. My mom is a fantastic cook. I posted a plate. Like when I tell you my mom is a fantastic cook, I mean like legitimately.
Yeah.
I posted one, but when she makes her mac and cheese, she doesn't bake it. She makes a roux. She doesn't bake the mac and cheese. She makes a roux. But it's creamy and fucking amazing, right?
No doubt.
When you put it on the plate, it ain't got no crust. And so
Yeah.
people were like that I know were
what's
dissing
with the-
my mom's mac and cheese.
And you're not gonna let that slide?
And I was calling people up in a real way, going, like, I'll fuck over you.
I'll fight you over this plate.
Nigga, you talk about my mama. Like,
Drop the
I'll
pin,
for
let's
real
go.
fuck over you. Like, so you know what I noticed though? Don't post the plate.
Don't
post the
post
plate.
Don't post the plate.
Because also
Don't
people
post the
want to
plate.
like people
They want
to hate.
to.
They really want to hate. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, people be hating. I'm like, post your plate. Where you at? Home Alone, eat pizza.
We gotta go. The fact that Jake Steinfeld is her uncle is crazy. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm glad that you had that moment, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was for you.
All right, that is a wrap. All love to the happy couple, and
Yes.
we can't wait for Spider-Man Beyond the Universe to come. When is it called?
Beyond the Spider-Verse, and it'll come out sometime in the near 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, Ben is celebrating the PS1 30th anniversary on Button Mash.
Hell yeah.
Very special. Very special. On Tuesday and Wednesday, the House of Art gives you deep dives in Doom Prophecy and Skeleton Crew. Can't wait to hear what they say about Doom Prophecy. They're so well versed in everything.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday, Min Edition is covering the Creature Commandos and the Animation Awards. Have you watched Creature Commandos yet? You guys
Not
seen it?
yet, no.
Haven't seen it yet? People are loving it.
People love
Yeah,
it.
they
100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Going crazy.
Like, people are loving it. Too many cartoons.
I don't
Hey,
see the
give us
problem.
more.
I don't see the problem. Make more.
Too many cartoons.
Make more.
Our producers are Steve, the architect, Ahlman, Chris Sutton. Chris motherfucking Sutton is in the house. Aleya, SOB, Zenieris, Jomi, the explainer, Adeniran on socials. Hashtag Body by Jomi.
Body by Jomi.
That's what I'm talking
Hell
about.
yeah.
Body by Jomi. Additional production from Arjuna, the Watcha, Ramgopal. Chuck, take us out.
Let's see. Skeleton Crew is very plucky. I really have to take a leak. And if you want to learn how to do a master crash out, call my man Shamik.
Oh, that's right.
Yo, did y'all see Look Back
I didn't see Look Back yet. I've been meaning to though.
Look
is
back
that?
at it.
on Amazon?
Not that.
All right, let's
I don't know
get
what
to
y'all
the
talking
show.
about.
What are you
Can't
talking-
even
what's-
have no
what's-
wholesome
I don't know
conversation.
what Look Back
Let's
is.
look back.
Look Back's a very sad anime.
It's a very sad, like, it's only like an hour. It's very sad. It
Oh,
fucked me up over
nah.
Thanksgiving.
I already, man.
Is it like?
It's
your-
not too sad.
Is it Your Name levels of fucked up? Actually, no. Your
name's longer.
beautiful.
This is only an
Yeah,
hour. There's only
you're
so
right.
sad.
your name killed me, man.
But
I
Your
was-
Name's beautiful.
I
It's
was
like
in
sad and then
pieces.
beautiful,
Well, no, it's beautiful and then extremely sad,
and then extremely
then-
happy.
extremely happy, but still though. I didn't that like when they get together or they see each other at the end. I wasn't like I didn't jump. I was like, wow, that means something. I'm gonna go cry for the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
It just broke me down and destroyed me.
Yeah.
What a film!
I'll send a Shamik Moore tweet over that. movie.
Oh my gosh,
There's still time to.
how you drop me, nigga? How you gonna put music on, bro? You put the music like it's what we interested in, bro. Brother, come on.